Today is finally the day, April 26, 2018. 10 years in the making. I have been looking forward to this day since May 2nd, 2008. So when this picture took place, right after seeing the initial Iron Man movie. I grew up a huge fan of Marvel comics. Spider-Man absolutely being my favorite comic, but I also grew up a huge fan of the Avengers and the Defenders and the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. But the Avengers and Defenders were two comic series that I had subscribed to since being a very little kid. So when it was alluded to at the end of Iron Man that we were building a team and then we would eventually have one huge payoff, I couldn't wait. We went from Iron Man to Captain America to Thor to even doing justice to such tertiary characters like the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then most recently Black Panther. Hold on, I gotta call for some help. And so I have stayed away from all spoilers and just getting more and more excited from the TV commercials that we see leading up to what inevitably will be quite possibly one of the greatest movies for me in my lifetime. I don't know where we go from here. I don't want to know any spoilers on what happens beyond this movie, but all attention is focused on the Infinity War. Now, being a big fan of the comic, I'm not sure how the movie will parallel to what was written before. We know that there's a bunch of characters that are missing that were critical to the storyline in the comic, but I have to assume we're in for some real awesomeness. So without further ado, we're off to the movies to see a little Thanos action. We've made our way to St. Augustine, to the World Golf Village, of all places, to go to the IMAX theater to see Avengers Infinity War. Not quite sure where we're going, but we're heading somewhere. This IMAX theater, by the way, is supposed to be the largest screen in all of Florida, or at least all of Central Florida, North Florida. It's huge. We've never been here before, so we're all gonna experience this together. Casamigos is here. They're having a party, wherever that is. Mary's like, that's Casamigos tequila, like I'm supposed to know who that is. But now that I know who it is, maybe I should come here. We got this big Rolex clock that's telling us that we are an hour and 25 minutes early. And here's the World Golf Hall of Fame that we went to last year. You can check out a video on that. And the IMAX theater is right next to it. The Avengers is sold out, but we bought tickets ahead of time, and you can get a popcorn and large drink for 15 bucks. Both showings sold out. And we know that this movie is specifically filmed in IMAX. The crowd is building here. Anticipation at max. We haven't done this non-assigned seat thing in a while for a brand new movie that's out. So
we've been a little spoiled.
Yeah, this is like, I feel like we're roughing it. Back in my day when we had to wait in line to get a seat.
Sitting on the floor.
Like 2 hours and 40 minutes later, we're finally getting out of here. Whoa. I wasn't going to film anything else until we got to where we were going later, but you should see the emotion. We're going to embarrass Jess now. Literal tears from Jess and Bear. Almost from me. It is an epic. There will be no spoilers here.
Nope.
Not a single one. So we've shut off comments so that people can't spoil it for others in the video. But man, what a movie.
All I can say is wow.
I don't think I've ever been so invested in something for that long, and it didn't feel like that long. It just kept feeling like I was hoping it was going to go longer.
Yeah, what's funny, it ended and I was like, what? What?
All right, so we are going to head out of here in a moment. Scale of 1 to 5.
Wow.
Choose a number.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what number that is.
That's 5.
And you?
Yeah.
5? I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Like I said before, I don't think I've ever been that invested in a movie, kind of just sitting there a lot of the time, like mouth open. I think the only thing that you could possibly say is that the movie is massive. It's massive in scale. It's massive where the story takes you along the different planets and the different settings.
Yeah, the special effects were just insane.
And I think everybody that was wondering, how are you ever going to be able to manage so many characters in one film, it was done flawlessly.
Yeah, seamless, completely. It was incredible.
I think, people have compared this to like The Empire Strikes Back of superhero movies, and I would think that that's kind of in that same vein. There's so many points in the movie where I wondered, like, how is this possibly going to end? And it doesn't follow the form of the comic, but there are very key characteristics that carry over from the comic. So there is one end credit scene, which was really exciting for those that know what's coming, and I'm not divulging anything, but it was fantastic. It was a fantastic movie, fantastic experience. By the way, I know we started off the movie and Jess was complaining because the theater is very small here, by the way. It holds like 300 people, and it was
Can't fit me.
IMAX 3D. The screen was humongous, and because it was so big, you can't. It's not like you're looking at the whole screen at one time. You had to go like this, like half the time. And there were so many little details that I found myself like trying to look at like what was like. There's so many minute details that you could see on the screen when the action is panned out a little bit more. That it's incredible to be able to pick up all of that detail crystal clear.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend seeing this in IMAX and 3D if it's possible, or as big a screen as possible. The sound was amazing. I thought the score was fantastic.
You pretty much just gonna get pulled in. You don't even know people are around you.
I loved the comedy in the movie. There was a lot of comedy. There was only maybe one or two things that I thought that maybe didn't hit as well as others, but not a dead spot to me in the movie.
Not 1 minute. Absolutely
just
not.
Fantastic. And for you? She doesn't want to talk because she's going to start crying again.
No, I'm fine.
No, she's fine. I think Jess didn't sit next to me in the movies intentionally because she didn't want me to see her.
I didn't want
cry.
to sit with your legs touching my legs.
What?
Because it's so close.
This is the real family drama.
Don't touch me.
So I would highly recommend the movie. I'm sure, we were talking before the movie started when we were sitting around and thinking, I'd speculate that this could possibly be the biggest grossing movie of all time. Especially once it gets legs and people start talking about it more.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you can't grow legs. It's a movie.
It's one of those movies though that, unfortunately, there's people out there that are going to look to try to spoil things, and if you're looking to do that, I think you're a miserable person. By the way, if you try to do that,
do not spoil it.
The enjoyment of seeing the story unfold is truly awesome in the movies, and unfortunately, again, go to see it as fast as you can before people ruin it for you.
Tomorrow, Saturday, get it over and done with. Hurry up.
So, in any event, we're going to wrap it for now. Very quick review, but thanks a lot for coming along. Thank you very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. See you guys. Rock on, everybody.